Hey, hello. It's a girl Jojo. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. I was today's years old, or I'm today's years old when I discovered that some things that I did went through, or part of the things that I went through after I gave birth to my baby, was actually symptoms of postpartum depression. Mm-hmm. You heard me. Um, a lot of times we overlook these things that happen, and I actually overlooked it at the time. But of recent times, when I started coming across some documents and materials, some researches, and also what other women share in which kind of make up their experiences, made me realize that this were actually the things that I actually went through were symptoms of postpartum depression. A lot of us don't think much about it. I felt like reflecting on it now, I felt like I should have asked for help, or I should have researched. Help was actually available, but I was minimal in reaching out for help. So once I gave back to my child, that amazing blessing that God gave to me, um, I started feeling a little overwhelmed in the sense that I know they have this saying, they say, oh, sleep when baby sleeps. We know how impossible, technically impossible, sometimes that might sound. And I try to get busy throughout the whole day, fold baby's clothes, do laundry, do my stuff, try to live the life I was living prior to becoming a mom, like trying to do my daily activity. I'm usually one person who doesn't like to sleep during the day, who doesn't like to, take naps and all that. And well, I also struggled with eating. I'm a junky kind of person. I like to snack more than I like to eat. But this got to change, or this is changing now that I became a mother, and I was still trying to dwell in that past, in that life I was living. So I would usually once I get back to the baby, baby in the morning, get ready. I wasn't even allowing my body to absorb this new discovery, this new all unfolding. This is new to me. I mean, being a different person, and now I'm a mom. It took a while for or I'm supposed to allow my body, adapt to this new responsibility. But I was overstressing my body and trying to do the things I used to do, coupled with the fact that I also did not have a vaginal delivery, so I needed to leave my body ample time to heal up. But I wasn't doing that. I was trying to fit into my regular roles, the regular lifestyle I was living prior to being a mom. And of course, it's not gonna sit well with my body because my body is trying to adapt. Things in my body are trying to process differently now. I'm trying to understand this unfolding that is just becoming. So, in I feel like in that situation, things are gonna start fighting themselves. For example, the whole I am now more sleep deprived. My baby cries. At a point I felt like maybe I was not, breastfeeding well. And one of the times that I went for the my postnatal, I was told that, oh, I have enough breast milk. So I know that this is not any issue of something to do with breast milk production, because the way he cries, the way he cranks, I was beginning to feel like, oh, is there something wrong with the milk production? I literally told my nurse on one of the visits, I said, I try to, pump it, like express physically to see. And I said that when I try to express, pump into my breast with the breast pump, I express well enough. So I don't understand why this baby still cries and pranks like that. And with latest discoveries on my research, I found that baby was actually trying to adapt to the environment. It wasn't anything. Sometimes I also overwrapped the baby. I mean, following misconceptions about what people say. Oh, baby gets cold. I'm a new mom. I just listen to everybody. This person say, try this. I tried that. Try that. And these things were beginning to drive me nuts. So some of the symptoms I did exhibit was I was very cranky. There are times I would lock myself up in the bedroom and just yell and scream and cry and let it all out because I just felt like I wasn't doing something right. I became more cranky. I was, I'm not, I wasn't hostile to my baby. I really loved my baby. I still love my baby. Pardon me. But at that time, I was having like this influx of emotions. Different things was just, be clouding my mind. I was all over the place. I was sleep deprived. I tried to, it's every time I try to put my back on the bed is when baby just wants to cry. Every time I want to do something. And then I didn't have help. I stayed in a part of the town at that time. I was far, like I was hours apart from everybody who knew me, who could help me. And remember, I said I had a C-section, and I had to beg baby. My friend who was with me at the time had said, "Oh, I was gonna assist you." And then at the time, when the time to actually, put into practice everything my friend had said came into play, my friend realized, oh, baby is tender. I'm scared. I don't want to hold baby. I don't want to drop baby. I'm someone who I'm just healing, like literally just healing from my surgery. I'm not even healed because my wounds are still very fresh. And here I am having to wake up every day and big baby. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. At that time, I'd a baby try to, and then my kitchen was downstairs. Baby's room was upstairs. After a while, I had to buy one of the swingers to put downstairs. Bedroom was upstairs, and I wouldn't feel pressed. That also happened throughout pregnancy. I wouldn't feel pressed until I came downstairs. Whenever I got downstairs to start my daily activity, I was gonna get pressed. Bedroom was upstairs. I would literally sit on the stairs at that point and cry because most of the times I was all alone at home. I'd cry and then I'd try to crawl on the stairs because I still had pains on my tummy. My abdomen, my was still healing. I'm sorry, my womb was still contrasted, and I still have one of these pains. And when I researched and I spoke to my nurse on one of my follow up visits, she made me understand that my uterus was trying to contrast and go back to its usual place, and I'm gonna feel I'm gonna feel discomfort because this is like the flesh trying to feed back into whatever position it was before that. I feel cramps, but it's nothing serious. And I had, some painkillers. Oh, that reminds me, I almost also got addicted to my painkillers because my painkillers, I honestly can't even remember the name of the medication on top of my brain right now, but it was measured and counted. I remember they told me that if I wanted more, I should let them know. But that was my way to sometimes get out of pain. And I was beginning to get addicted to my pain get addicted to using medication to, get me out of that mood at a particular time. And I also saw that my pain came from the fact that I did not have help. I did not have help enough. Yeah. And instead of me doing more of relaxing, trying to let my body adapt back to be more calm, to be more relaxed, I was doing a lot. Getting baby food, walking upstairs and downstairs, stressing while in the process of healing. And that explains my crankiness. Baby starts crying, I feel like sometimes I almost lose my mind. I feel like what I should have done better, honestly, was reach out for help. Ask for help. And I think, speaking with one of my friends who's also a new mom in a new country where she didn't really know, well, she doesn't really know anybody because she's just settling into that country. I think those of us who were just changing environment, tending or settling into, we don't always know what's available to us. Like the help. I feel like I should have done better by asking for help. I'm not going to imagine that everybody around me is just going to process the fact that, because she just gave birth to a newborn, she needs help. In fact, I know that some people actually reached out to me and I was trying to be that superhero woman. And I felt like, oh, well, I could handle it. And I I don't want to say I shoved them away, but I presented it to them at the time like I could handle the situation. But me behind closed door, that superwoman faded away. And most of the times when I'm all alone, I scream, I cried. No, most of the times I was literally crying. I was in my emotions. I was tossed forth, back and forth. And of recent, I was actually reading online about a woman who put her baby in the oven, and she didn't even she said she did not even realize. Some people, when I read through the comments, some people were like, no, she's a psycho, she's this, she's that. But thinking back right now, reprocessing the whole situation of what I went through, I honestly felt like sometimes this pain shot into your brain, like go right into your head, and you don't even know what you're doing at the time. Your emotion is, thrown all over the place, and you don't, whatever you even think you were doing at that time, you might not even process it right and still do the wrong things. In your mind, you're doing the right things. I felt like she was just a victim of postpartum depression. A lot of times, women go through these phases and they don't even realize that this is postpartum depression. This is symptoms, or let me say signs. The nagging, the yelling, the anger, the crankiness, unexplainable, aggressiveness comes. This is still like signs. And I feel we should ask for help. One of the things I realized along my healing time is that I'm grateful. Honestly, I'm grateful to God that things did not go south. For some women, some of them don't have good stories to say about postpartum depression. Some never even get themselves. Some don't want to have anything to do with babies. Some don't even want to have more kids, after going through that phase. I feel like if women got more support from everybody around, from the community, from the partners, it would be a lot easier on the women. Don't ever assume that you don't need help. Don't ever conclude that you can do it all, because that was the phase I thought. I'm like, hey, I'm a superhero, I'm a superwoman. I can always have everything figured out. I don't want anybody touching my baby. I got it under control. It's not even like I don't really want anything. Like, I don't want anyone near my baby. I just felt like I got it under control. I feel like, yeah, I can do it. But it can get a little overwhelming. It can get really overwhelming. We need help. Women need help. You need help. You need support. You're a new mom. You're taking care of your baby. You need help. We should always ask. Don't always assume you're that superhero. We're superheroes. That's how God made us. We have all this, extra strength, but we need help. Sometimes we do need help. And we need to come to the realization and ask for help. People go through postpartum depression without even realizing. I just mentioned that I also did not even know that everything I went through were actually symptoms of postpartum depression. And I always thought, or I used to think, I'm gonna be the last person. Before I got pregnant, when I hear people talk about postpartum depression, I'm like, who gets into postpartum depression? You have all the help available, for the super strong heroes, for the super strong humans. There's no way you're gonna get into depression. You might even have people close to you and you're still going through a phase of depression. Like, only recently did I even know that, wait, all those signs I was exhibiting, all those signs that I was, the evident signs that I was seeing, the visible signs, my crankiness, my anger, the cries, the yells. Sometimes my baby cries from sleep and I lose it technically. Those were signs of postpartum depression, and I did not even know that I was drifting into that space. I thought I had it all figured out. We should never be very afraid to ask for help. 9 out of 10 women feel like they're confident. We're confident, feel like we got it all figured out. But hey, mom, you need help. And I want you to ask for it. Hey, mom, ask for that help. When I go for my clinicals after I get back to my baby, when we go for antenatal, postnatal, there are times I sit near women and I see them, put the baby on in the baby like a bassinet or like a baby what's it called, the car sitter, the removable car sitter, and they're sleeping off, they're dozing off. I mean, something tells me, or it's evident that mom did not have a good nap, did not have a good sleep. Every mom deserves all the love and attention. In the same way, every mom deserves to be helped. Every mom deserves to not fall into that state. We need help, and it's important to ask for it. Sometimes we might not even know how to ask, because it's not just because we don't need help, but in just somewhere behind our brains, that I can do a bit. I got it all figured out. But hey, sometimes we just need a little pat on our shoulder. We need a little reassurance. We need someone to be in that space for us. Someone who's going to, jump into that driver's seat and tell you, I got it all figured out. Just breathe. And most of the times, all we need to do is breathe. Ask for help. I understand that temptation of, wait, I don't want anybody near my kid. I don't want anybody, having their jams around my child. But we need help. I remember I would wake up very early in the morning, rush downstairs to express, bathe. In between bathing, there are times he screams and he gets into my brain. Like, I have immediate migraines and I run out of the bedroom like, what's going on with my baby? And try to go to the room. And sometimes it's in my head. I literally hear cries. I hear him cry. I rush out of the bedroom and get to the room, and he's sleeping peacefully. Mm-hmm. Mom, ask for that help. Don't ever think you're all alone. There are materials, there are communities, there are resources that support mothers. Always ask for help. Don't feel like there are people who have gone through this before. They're experts who, this is just a basic training. This is what they do for a living. You need to speak up. You need to ask. Don't ever feel like you're all alone, because you're not alone. You always have a shoulder to lean on. You always have someone who's willing to help you. But hey, ask for help. Don't get overwhelmed and lose your mind. We've had mothers who just passed on because studies later found that they were probably overwhelmed or nothing ever happened. But it's vital to ask for help. It's vital to reach out and know that you're not alone. Talk to your primary care providers. Talk to your pediatricians, especially when you're giving birth, to help you to. I remember my pediatrician gave me a disc. It's called Baby Cooling. I honestly did not even listen to it. Thinking about it now, I felt like of recent I actually saw an ad on Google. I think it popped up on one of my when I was trying to search something, and that cool was like I think it's actually like a music, some soothing sounds that would have probably calmed my baby and made my baby sleep better. It was maybe just last week. My baby is a toddler now. My baby is about 4+, and I literally just brought out that stuff last week, and I was like, okay, so this is what this was all about. It's a cool music, and it's supposed to kind of ease the tension around my baby, to kind of cool my baby down. And later on, as my baby grew, I found out that when I played, soft sounds, baby tender music sounds, my baby tend to calm down and sleep better. Those were things I should have done when I was getting all frustrated. Baby was crying, baby was cranky. I was also getting cranky, like, hey boy, give me a break. I carried you for 9 months only to give back to you, and then I'm not gonna have like any good rest. It shouldn't be that way. But help, asking for help, that one thing can never be overemphasized. Ask for help, talk to people. Don't wallow in that state, because some mothers have killed their baby, or not like it's intentional, but because their brains cannot process whatever they were going through at that time. Things have happened that some women have lost it. They just don't even. So you hear women give back to babies and they don't want to have anything to do with the baby. It's not because they're being wicked. It's not because they're crazy. It's just because they can't deal with it. It's postpartum depression, and it cannot be overemphasized because women need help, and we need to speak up. We need to ask. We need to not just lean on us like our own self and feel like I can do it because we're that superhuman. Hey, mom, take a deep breath, take a break. I'm also talking to myself because I'm looking at it and I feel like we never get breaks from motherhood, no lies, but sometimes we need me time. Sometimes we really do need me time. Um, Let people help you. Step aside. Have that assurance that baby is gonna be well taken care of. But give yourself a break. Take a little break. Do you go to the salon, get your hair done, get your nails done, do some good lashes, do some great wax. Just do what you gotta do. Do you look like you again? Sometimes when I nearly had my baby, I look into the mirror and I wasn't even sure of the person I was seeing. I had hair breakage, I had hair loss, I even had to take out my hair at the time. We need Women need help, and we need to ask for it. Never think you're all alone. Never get overwhelmed so much so that you don't know what to do. Ask for help. Postpartum depression is real. And hey, I love you. Thank you for joining me on today's episode. I'll see you next time. Bye.